Well, welcome to Tiger Talks Wrestling. That was a abrupt end to the opening video. The media player decided to collapse there. This is going to be a special NUW Halloween Hell 3 prediction show. The show was originally one point was going to go up today, but it has been delayed to go up here in the near future. But right after the show tonight, make sure you do go to the NUW channel for the latest episode of Upshot. It'll be the last Upshot before Halloween Hell 3. So as I do these predictions, make sure you follow along and give any predictions that you've got in the comment section as well. Alrighty. And joining me, of course, for this show, as you can see there is the owner of NUW, the Darkside. Welcome to the show.
The proud owner of a magnificent company. I'm happy to be steering the ship right now, hopefully taking it to new heights, new levels that you could have never even imagined.
I can believe that, just from what little we've already seen.
You better fucking believe it, god damn it.
Of course. All right. So I've got the card here. If you want to add in anything at any point, of course, feel free to do so. But all these matches I've been told have been confirmed. There is one match on the show that I was also told will happen, but don't know the opponent for one investment, Clark Williams.
Well, shit, Tony, you're just going to be spoiling shit like that right now?
Yeah, I'm going to spoil a little bit.
I got something in mind for Clark Williams. After he failed to get the job done, he was really egotistical going into it. He said, big money Clark, whatever the fuck that means. He came up short. So that's not the first time he's heard that before.
So we'll see what happens with that. All right. Oh, I have this open on another page. What am I doing? Technology. Gotta love it sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Start out the video with my video feed, opening video, crashing on me. All right. And let's see if I can get this.
Rag here with David the Whale's blood still on it.
Nice. Okay, I think this will work. There we go.
Well, I'll let you do your thing, Tony, real quick.
Okay. All right. I'm hoping that this is showing up live because as I've got the YouTube channel pulled up, it doesn't really show that it is, but double check and make sure it is. Yeah, we're still live. Okay. All right. So I am spoiling a few things that haven't been mentioned yet, but here's the full card. I've been told there's 2 matches on the kickoff show, the pre-show, if you will. This is the first match. Got 2 guys that I'm not too familiar with myself, anyway. Got Justice going one-on-one with Jacob Stone with Victor Van Pelt in his corner that we've seen recently say that he could not compete, but he will be a manager for Jacob Stone and one other man that we'll see later on. I've been told this is for a contract in NUW as well. So it should be an interesting match between these two. I believe, if I remember correctly, Justice has been on an episode or a couple episodes of NUW programming before.
Justice ain't been on shit. Justice has been in
No, he hasn't been on anything? Okay. I thought he looked a little familiar, but maybe I've seen him somewhere else.
UWF.
Yeah, okay. Yes, that would be right. Like I said, Jacob Stone is somebody completely new to me otherwise. So
yeah.
The winner receives a contract with NUW.
The loser will never be seen again. We ain't like some of these clown-ass companies where, oh, yeah, the guy lost the match, but you see him fucking 3 weeks later. Like, no. Whoever loses this match, you will not see their bum ass ever again in my company. I guarantee it.
I think we heard that with another match recently, too, didn't we not? So it's not first time.
What other match?
I knew you were going to say that. I remember hearing it that, possibly being a last match, because you never know with a certain someone. With trying to blank on his name at the moment. He got his first win recently on Slaughterhouse in NUW. I feel ashamed that I can't think of his name. I'll get back to it anyway. Huh?
Divine?
Yes, Owen Divine.
Yeah, well, that's a different story. That
Right.
doesn't have anything to do with contracts or anything like this does. Owen Divine just fucking, he goes under and he cries and complains about it because he thinks he's better than he is, and he just doesn't come back. So we'll see. Oh, it's not like he, can't still come back, but
right. I think there was somebody else too, but
from time to time.
Yeah. So anyway, what would you have to say for anybody, like for instance me, that doesn't know these two guys that well? Attributes or things to look out for from them in this match.
Well, starting off, they're on the pre-show for a reason. So
of course.
That's a lot right there. I'll give it to you how it is, Tony. God damn it. These guys, they're very green. They're trying to earn a contract, trying to get better, trying to climb up the ranks. Obviously, this guy right here, Stone, he's got the backing of Victor Van Pelt, who, he's all right. He's done a couple things.
Proving ground champion.
A what?
Said a former proving ground champion.
Yeah. I mean, for whatever that's worth. So was Paul
Right.
Sure. So, it's bound to be an unpredictable match. You can't really say much about either of these guys yet because they're still kind of unproven in the ring.
Yeah. I would say, personally, from looking at these two, if I was to predict a winner, I'd probably go with Jacob Stone, especially because Victor Van Pelt's in his corner, so that gives him a little bit of a leg up, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the other dude looks kind of malnourished, too.
That he does. It's kind of small compared to Jacob Stone. Right. So move from that one. The other pre-show match. This man's doing, one of these two men is doing double duty on this night. So we've got Scorpion the Assassin going one-on-one with Tycoon Mikado, who we've seen a little bit of history between these two over the last couple weeks on Slaughterhouse, including Wilson making a brief appearance to cost Scorpion his most recent match on Slaughterhouse.
Indeed. The reason why I made Scorpion wrestle twice on this show is because I felt like, number one, this has to be settled. I ain't for all this bullshit in my company of, letting things go, without being handled. You saw I vacated the Hardcore Championship.
Yep.
If things are done, I ain't the type to sit around and just let it be. This is a new era. This is a new regime. Things are getting handled a lot differently. If I don't like the way things are being done, you don't get no second chance. No, it's happening. So, in this case, my matches are getting interrupted, screwed with during Slaughterhouse, and it can't be happening. So, before it gets any further, before anything else goes down, I'm letting Scorpion handle it. In a DLC match, something that Jim Connors has, brought to light in the wrestling world, something that I've actually taken part of in the UWF. I was victorious in. And so yeah, I feel like that's just the way to handle things, man. It's fucking wrestling. You guys are gonna
Right.
fight the fucking fight. So it's getting handled on the pre-show, and we'll see
All
what
right.
happens. Hopefully, Scorpion's still in decent shape when he ends up in that tag team championship match later on.
Right, because
You know,
yeah,
drink a fucking Gatorade, put an ice pack on, he'll be all right. He's got like 2
sure.
hours to go for between that match and the next one.
All right. I mean, Scorpion, of course, is, I guess you could say, a legend in the business, from stuff that he's done in UWF, New York, DBW, and now in NUW. But you can't take anything away from Takuma Mikado, of course, either, since he's a former Continental Champion, if I remember correctly. And
No.
he has cheated death, I suppose, too.
Yeah. I mean, Tycoon's a survivor. Truthfully, the way I see it, I think there's an evenly matched contest. You know, yes, Scorpion's been around for a while, but he's kind of at the tail end of that, you know, where
Right.
still in his prime.
True.
We maybe haven't even seen the best out of Mikado yet. Who knows? This could be at the start of a undisputed streak that lasts a decade. You don't know, Tony.
That's
That's
true.
my prediction.
Yeah.
Is you want a prediction for the prediction show? That's my prediction.
Okay. My
Case
prediction
closed.
is, I think it's going to go down to the wire, but I think Scorpion's going to walk out with the victory here, but we'll see. Stranger things have happened. But I do want to touch on one little thing that you mentioned earlier before I move into the next match. You stripping the hardcore title from Yankee the Difference Maker, and I noticed during the live stream of Slaughterhouse episode 27, if I remember correctly, the number that we're at, Yankee was actually in the live stream chat, and he was not a happy camper with that.
Oh well. You don't show up, then that's what happens.
Yeah, fair point.
How long did he have that belt without making a defense?
It's got to be at least a year,
2 years?
a couple years, one or the other. Yeah, somewhere around there. So, moving to the main show of Halloween Hell 3. And the first match we're going to talk about, since we were just talking about Scorpion anyway, got the Brothers Creed, Scorpion the Assassin, and the Gamer, Jim Connors, versus the Heretics for the tag team titles, Casey James and Samael. This match, in a way, seemed like it came out of thin air almost, I guess you could say, as we just seen Jim Connors just woke up from his coma after being laid out by Hellhound a couple months ago. What should we take into consideration when we go into this match, would you say? Besides that, it's something we haven't seen in a while between these two teams.
Well, I mean, as you say, it came out of nowhere. The reason why this match is taking place is because, you know, obviously Jim Connors, he can go. He's been cleared by the doctor. He's been cleared medically. You know, that's all my concern. As long as
Right.
I'm not medically responsible and he dies in the ring, that's, you know, I mean, hey, whatever gets the ratings, you know.
I'm sure.
As long as I don't get sued, then that's all I care about. So as long as the doctor says he can go, then, you know, these guys were supposed to have this match at Road to Gold 3. And
Sure.
because Jim Connors got taken out, they weren't able to have that match. So, you know, like I said before, we ain't bullshitting around here. These guys earned something. They had something coming to them. And so now they're going to get it. And, you know, the Heretics, obviously, the history between these two teams, you know, before Jim Connors, the whole time we thought it was the Heretics after how many times they had attacked Brothers Creed. So, you know, it's going to be a crazy match. And the Heretics being the most dominant tag team that we ever seen before.
Sure.
Especially with Scorpion wrestling earlier in the evening. You got to say that the odds are going to be in favor of the best tag team that we've ever had retaining the belts.
Yeah, you say whether you like them or hate them, and many people, including myself, I kind of on the hate side of the Heretics. You still got to go with the Heretics picking up the win. I mean, the list of teams they've defeated is a who's who. So of big names, they've beaten the Balance of Chaos. They've beaten the Reed brothers most recently. They've beaten everybody that stepped up to them. So
They
I don't think
beat. I don't think they lost a match, and I mean, hell, as much as I don't like to admit it, they beat me and Shadow Grim at one point.
it's true.
So, you know, yeah, these guys are a fucking locomotive.
Right.
You know, yeah, do I like them? Hell no. Especially Samael with his fucking nipple piercings and, you know,
Right.
God damn it, that freaky Casey James and that's he sat in my chair once. God damn it, gave me nightmares. But you gotta respect them,
Sure.
and
Totally.
that's shit. That's all you gotta say. Is you gotta respect them, and don't leave your fucking pizza around either one of those fuckers.
Yeah, I believe that's gotta be true. All right. I'm sure Scorpion and the Gamer will put up a good fight for that one, but yeah, I still think the Heretics will probably get the win. Let's move on to the NUW Continental Championship. As we've seen, Johnny Reed was able to get the victory against Adam Anderson, most recently on Slaughterhouse, to earn this NUW Continental Championship match against the boss of the sauce, Mike Crillo. Now, I'm sure this one got to touch a little at home for you since Mike Crillo did take the Continental title off of you. But this one I'm looking forward. What's that?
You know you're a real asshole for bringing that up.
Well, I'm just stating facts here. That's what I do. But still, I'm looking.
Talk about a Continental Championship match that I'm not involved in.
First time in over a year. Well over.
Yeah.
On a pay-per-view.
So, you know, kind of fuck both these guys, but actually, you know, I do respect both these guys at the same time. Perillo, you know, yeah, he beat me. He was the better man that day, so I gotta respect him for that. He did what not any other man could do for week in, week out, episode after episode for a year.
Right.
And Johnny Reed, you know, he's an up-and-comer. He's the truth. The future is bright for Johnny Reed.
I'd agree.
And as long as he keeps coming and keeps earning these opportunities, then, you know, I think he's got to stay out of his own head. Sometimes he gets into his own head. He loses. He takes it real rough sometimes, but
I've noticed that lately.
Otherwise, you know, I think he'll be all right.
And then, I don't think Demigod and Superior Prodigy are just nicknames for Johnny Reed, in my personal opinion. So, it's just what actually he is. It's the way that he seems to take things when it's in the ring, for one thing, and how he seems to take life. These two, I think, will have a very good match, but seeing what Johnny Reed's been going through lately, after several big losses before this victory to get this match, I think I'm going to have to go with Mike Perillo to retain the Continental title in this match. And Mike's been on quite the roll lately as well himself. So,
yeah, Perillo's been on definitely a roll, and you know, I think that will continue.
yeah, I mean, he even beat two members of Balance of Chaos recently in a triple threat match. So
that's right. Beat JJ Cordero in the most recent episode.
Yep, I was gonna mention that next.
You know, at some point I'm gonna want my fucking rematch too.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one-on-one, you two.
It happened. on episode 25.
Yeah.
Tony, you been paying attention, Tony? God
You know, I'm saying I would like to see it again. It was good that one. But yes, he did get you. All right, we'll move into another championship match. I skipped over one because that's going to be the main event, anyways. I'm sure. So, this one's quite an interesting. Took quite an interesting route to get to this match. You got the Fatal 4-Way for the New York Championship. Hellhound Zach Romig, kind of, I guess, has a good reason for being in this match. As much as I like to give him shit on Twitter, he did pin Alan Reed in a non-title match. Got him into here. And then you got Joseph Anthony and Brandon Castelli, who've been on a little bit of a roll for each one of those, going up against Alan Reed for that championship. The New York title.
Absolutely. Definitely a title that is well sought after. Alan Reed, the first ever champ, a great champ. He hasn't defended it. I don't know if he has defended it yet, honestly. But he's represented well. He's won all his matches pretty much since he's come back, all his singles matches. I think he's undefeated in singles competition since he's come back.
Yeah, other than losing the match to Hellhound, the non-title match.
Right, correct. But even still, I mean, yeah, on paper he lost it, but he was dominant throughout that match.
Very true.
Seemed like it was only going to be a matter of time, but yeah, you're right. And all these other guys, Castelli, much as I don't like that bastard, he picked up a huge win against PJC and Johnny Reed, which are two guys that are definitely great competitors. Johnny Reed, as we just talked about, but PJC, one of the up-and-comers in our company.
Right.
And so that's a huge win. And Joseph Anthony's, you already know Joseph Anthony if you're a fan of this company. He's been here since the beginning of time.
Right.
Former champion. He's done it all. He's beat them all. And this is maybe one of the only championships that he hasn't held in this company.
Right.
Yeah, so take your pick, man. I don't know. So
that's
a deck of who's who.
Right. It's hard to pick one person out of the four. I'll throw out a prediction for this match on who I think will win, but I could see two more so than the other two having a better chance of winning it, but that's just me. Brandon Castelli, I know he's gotten a couple kind of biggish wins lately, but I'd put him on the side of don't think he'll probably get the title. Hellhound, I don't think he'll get the win. I think it'll come down between either Joseph Anthony or Alan Reed myself, and I'm leaning a little more towards Alan Reed retaining, although, as you mentioned, this is one of the only titles that Joseph Anthony's never held, so can't bet fully against the realist or any of the other three guys, really, in this match, but I'm going to go with Alan Reed retaining here.
Yeah, I mean, the odds are definitely against Alan, so it's going to be an interesting match. That's why that's happening. It's going to be a good one, man.
Well, I'm betting on that one. Banking on that one. Yeah. Also heard that there's going to be a little costume contest.
I'm thinking about Fire Guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Look at him. He's covered in cocaine.
That's true. He is.
I mean, I like to smoke my weed, but this is a whole different ball game, man. Come on. This ain't good for the children.
No, you're right. It's not. And yet he's the one that's going to be in charge of hosting the costume contest.
Did you go figure, right?
Right?
I might have to put a stop to that. I got bigger things to kind of deal with right now, but Lord help us if Johnny Johnson. I don't even think he's allowed near children.
Really?
I gotta get this confirmed. I don't know. We can't be having a lawsuit. W.
Yeah, we don't want none of that. Should be interesting to see what people come up with for costumes anyway.
Yeah, it certainly will be interesting. A costume contest. What the hell? I guess.
Okay. I know there's a match I was missing here. It must not have saved.
PJC, Zach Cobalt, and Steven Adams.
See if I can bring that up here in just a moment. Put this that way.
Talk about it for now. You got PJC, who was already sung his praises. He's the man.
Yeah.
You know, one of the best up and comers. He's been around for years, though. If you check back on BWE, I'm sure we'll put up a highlight video at some point of all PJC's career highlights. You know, he's been doing it for a long time. He's been very successful, and I think he's going to be very successful here. He's a hardworking guy. He's easy to get along with, easy to work with. So, you know, those are all things that, as the owner, Darkside likes to see.
Right.
You got Zach Cobalt, who, you know, me and him went one-on-one, King of the Yard. You know, I fought both these guys a few times now in the Monsters Ball match and King of the Yard, both of them. And, you know, these guys are tough competitors, man. These guys are good wrestlers, tough competitors. They're both a little screwy, but, you know, we're all screwy. You know, they're just a little bit to the extreme. But whatever helps you win, sometimes the crazier you are, the more successful you are in this wrestling shit. So, and then you got another guy being brought in by Victor Van Pelt, who, you know, I don't know much about. He seems like kind of a clown. So, we'll see. We'll see what to expect. Victor Van Pelt did call.
I'm going to try and bring up a different one.
So anybody that hangs out with Victor Van Pelt, you got to assume is what would be the PC term?
Yeah.
We'll just say a little bit of something.
A little bit of something. Oh, okay, I do have it. I just didn't go far enough over.
Jesus, Tony. That's all right. You know, we spoke on it. You gotta get your.
Like I said, it's technology.
Who won, or who is going to win?
Give my opinion on these guys and who I win once I get the copper. I'll start beforehand. As you said, we've seen a little bit from PJ, quite a bit now from PJC and Zach Cobalt. One thing that sticks out when you talk about, many people might not think about it, but you think of the Backyard Rumble 3 and how much time that he actually was on screen, whether or not he was actually in the match. He wasn't, but he did get a lot of screen time. Got a lot of, pretty much, to be PG about it. But from what we have seen of him otherwise, I know that's one of the people, to me, who stood out most in King of the Yard 2. I mean, the guy did win 2 matches in one show to move on to the semis. Quarterfinals, semifinals? Semis, yeah. So that was impressive in itself. Then, as I say, it's got PJC in the match as well. We've seen ups and downs from him. Hey, there we go. He's gotten some pretty decent wins. Some big wins in there. Some not so big either. Hey, there we go. Okay. And as you mentioned, Zach Cobalt and PJC have a lot of history together against each other as well. So that'll come into play, I'm sure, in this match. And then Steven Adams, again, another guy I'm not too familiar with, but having Victor Van Pelt in his corner is going to help him out a little bit, I'm sure, as well, being a no disqualification match, as most triple threats are.
Absolutely. Gotta always watch out for that.
Right. So, this one's another. These multi-man ones are always harder to pick from, my opinion, because you never know which way it's going to go, and you got more of a chance to win. But, knowing I've seen more of PJC and Zach Cobalt, I think I'm going to actually go. I'm going to go with PJC picking up the win in this match. So I think he could really use another big win, and I think this would help propel him perhaps to something bigger. Maybe see him get another championship match down the road of some sort.
I agree. Absolutely. Yeah, if PJC was to pull a victory out, I could definitely see giving him some type of reward. Perhaps a shot at Mike Perillo, a shot at the New York champion.
Right.
Sure, absolutely.
Or hell, even any of these three guys could be in a future hardcore championship match, as you mentioned. He vacated and will determine a new champion at another point.
That is absolutely a possibility too. But I'm thinking, bigger for a match of this magnitude. I don't know who the hell Steven Adams is, but we'll see. This could be a big time matchup.
It could be. Very well could be.
I'm thinking that this will probably kick off the show.
Okay, that'd be a good way to kick off the show, in my opinion.
I'll say it right now. This will be the match that opens the show.
Nice. Get the crowd going for that one. And I'm going back a little bit here. And the only match we haven't talked about. This one.
That's one, baby.
Yes, the biggest match, the main event. As we've seen, all four contenders had to qualify for this match. The Fatal 5-Way for the NUW Undisputed Championship, where you, Darkside, will face off against. I think you've had issues with all these guys at some point or another. Of course, a long, long history with JJ the Pitbull Cordero.
Absolutely.
Then we've got the King of the Mountain. Go ahead.
I just said little puppy dog.
Yeah. Then you got, of course, the King of the Mountain, Devon McDonald, who's the last to qualify for the match. We all know your history with him. Then you've got the former undisputed champion, rather, Shadow Grim. And
absolutely. That's a man that I've never faced off with in the ring before, but it will be going down at Halloween Hell 3.
Nice. And, of course, you got the current NUW Undisputed Champion, the new NUW Undisputed Champion in the S tier himself, David Llewellyn.
Yes, sir. And I know Mr. Llewellyn's not happy with me, but oh well.
Shit
gotta
happens,
make
right?
the big time matches, What the fuck do you want me to do? Have a little rinky-dink one-on-one? Hell no. This is Halloween Hell 3. We're doing this big time Fatal 5-Way. It's going down.
Right.
You got 5 of the biggest names ever on this company and BYW all taking part in this one match for the biggest prize of them all.
I'd say, pretty much the 5 of the biggest names in NUW. Let's see. I was trying to think of a specific word. Wasn't going to say weakest link, but the first one that you'd think of out of these 5 that seems a little out of place, I guess you could say, in a way. Not to say anything bad about JJ, but it's not. You haven't really seen JJ Cordero in a world title or undisputed title situation that often. So this is something.
Yeah. But you know what, Tony? This is my first match too for the Undisputed Championship. So
Other than the Royal Backyard Rumble, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah,
so
well, the same thing with JJ, but
I know.
that don't fucking count. Come on now.
I know, right? It counts, but it doesn't count because that's where we ended up with the beginning of this feud between David and Shadow. So
yeah, but they settled it
sure,
in the ring, 1-on-1, in a real match. Come on now.
in a match of the year candidate, I'll give you that much too. So yeah, like you mentioned, you and JJ, the two guys that haven't really been in Undisputed Championship picture at all, and getting your first shots. And then you've got the three guys who really before this title reign, David hasn't been in that picture very much either. You got Shadow and Devon who've been in that picture quite a bit. But now, anything you want to say about each one of these four guys, perhaps?
Well, Shadow Graham, somebody that I wanted to wrestle for a while, but he's a good guy. I'm a good guy, so we've teamed up. Never really had the chance to go 1-on-1 or get into a match with each other. And I'm looking at seeing what the hell he's got, because he's always chopping people up and dropping people down on their heads and shit like that. So I likes a good fight. I want to see what Shadow Graham's made of. You got Cordero, who I kicked the shit out of him how many times. Yeah, he's tough. Yeah, he's resilient. He keeps getting up and coming back for more. I certainly wouldn't call him, pun intended, I guess, the underdog. Because you never know, man. He's the type of dude who, he keeps coming back. And that's the type of, you just saw the Nationals win the World Series, man. That's how JJ Cordero is, man. You can count him out. You could think that he's out of the game. You're almost about to turn it off. And then out of nowhere, JJ Cordero does something to where he's right back in it or he wins the match. So you can never count him out. Somehow he's always in the right place at the right time. David Llewell, as you can see here, he stained up my bandana. I broke his nose, but no hard feelings. And he's a good champ. He's earned it. He definitely has fought hard. I'll give him all respect due. And if he walks out of this match, I'll shake his hand. And, he could be the NUW Undisputed Champion. I'll be happy to call him my champion. And, he will have earned it even more. That's how I look at it, is this is your chance to, earn the people's respect.
Right.
Show them why you are the top tier, why you are what you say you are. And, this is an opportunity for them. That's the way I look at it.
That's true.
And then you come down to this last idiot here. Somebody who I've had problems with. I took the company from. Made him look like an asshole, dancing, playing the guitar. I haven't had an opportunity to get in the ring with him since I kicked his ass at the first King of the Yard.
Yeah, that's true.
I beat his ass then, and I'm going to beat his ass now. But the only difference is that now it ain't unsanctioned. It ain't for nothing. It's for the biggest prize in the company.
Right.
And that means that I'm going to go even harder. And I'm going to make sure that, okay, at King of the Yard, I only had to worry about killing one man. In this match, I have to worry about killing 4 men. And I'm going to go into it with the mentality of killing 8 men. So do your Scott Steiner math with that and, figure out what the fuck that means. and I'm going to be back here sharpening my goddamn swords, ready to take the heads off all 4 of these guys.
Okay, fair enough. Let's say this much. You mentioned you'd be happy to have David Lowell if he walks out with champion, happy to have him as the champion still, and you'd shake his hand. How would you feel if, for say, somehow, some way, Navon McDonald is the one that walks out as undisputed champion, and as the owner, being the owner, you have to deal with him being your boy.
It's not going to happen.
Fair enough.
It's not going to happen. I will be a lifeless corpse before I allow that to happen. I promise you this, Tony.
I 100% believe you.
You will have to kill me, or damn near kill me, before I ever let that become a reality. All right?
And you're there?
Not in my company. Any one of these other, hell, JJ Cordero, you know, of course I'm going to do everything in my power to stop it, but, you know, there's no way in hell. I'm going to make sure I target. I'm not going to leave the side of Navon McDonald that entire match. I'm going to try and get a piece of all these guys, but that entire match, I'm going to be like fucking, like a fly on shit. And the shit is going to be Navon McDonald. The whole entire match, I'm going to be right on top of him, beating him, right in the fucking head with whatever I could get my hands on.
Fair enough. And we know that you're willing to bring out anything and everything in those type of matches, too. We've seen in the past.
Yeah, and if you're coming to have bring a weapon, bring whatever you want. I'll use it.
I believe it, 100% on that one.
There's fucking crowbars with chicken shit on them. I don't give a fuck. I'll use it all.
Yeah, I'll even bring up the picture you posted on Instagram today. You even were in a match that had a jack-o'-lantern with barbed wire, so.
Yeah, well, that didn't work out too well, so thanks for bringing that one up too, but you're right.
That's true. I mean, it's Halloween. I had to bring it up. All right. Man, this one's another tough one to pick from.
The fuck
all
you
five
mean?
of you had.
Pick me, Tony. I'm winning the match. I'm gonna be the champ. Right here.
Well,
I'm telling you that right now.
I give you a lot of chance winning it. Whether or not that happens, we'll see. But I will say this much for you. Your odds for the previous year that we've seen you have to be up there and have to be an odds-on favorite to win the match, because look at how many guys you went through to win King of the Yard 2, and then how many superstars you've defeated over the last year to retain that NUW Continental Championship in those open challenges. So
when the championship is on, I don't disappoint. I'm like Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. I show up, I show out, motherfucker. So expect nothing less.
Fair enough. I'd agree with that. Like I said, you've proven that over the last year, little over a year. So starting at King of the Yard, and well, maybe even a little before then. But when it comes down to it, and I just have this feeling, I don't know what it is, that somehow, some way, I'm going to go with there's going to be a new champion. No offense to David Lowell. I'm not saying he can't walk out of a Fatal 5-Way with the title. But that's my main prediction, is that there will be a new champion crowned at the end of Halloween Hell 3. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I just got a little feeling that Halloween Hell is a pay-per-view or an event that Navon McDonald is pretty synonymous with, not just Navon, but of course his father Novin. I just think somehow, some way, he's going to pull a rabbit out of the hat and pick up the victory here. Not a popular decision, I'm sure. Definitely not with you, but that's just my prediction.
I'm saying I ain't allowing that shit to go down, so. That's the last thing that's going to happen. That's the worst prediction you could have made, Tony.
That's my prediction for it, though.
You could have picked somebody who wasn't even in the match, and that would have been a better prediction.
Well, I wouldn't have done that because they weren't in the match, but I understand where you're coming from. I'm not saying I would love to see you as NUW Undisputed Champion because that would be awesome to see. And David's done well.
Yes. Don't got to imagine or wonder.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with what I said. So that's the card. Get that off the screen. Uh-oh. Okay, things are being weird here, so I'm just making sure. There we go. Okay. Got rid of that off the screen. So that's the card for Halloween Hell 3. Any other comments or anything you want to mention about the show or any of those matches?
Well, it's definitely going to be a fucking kick-ass show from start to finish, for sure. Definitely tune in. It's probably going to be up on Tuesday. And get ready because it's going to be one hell of an event, for sure.
I believe it.
We also got, keep in mind, we also got a Hall of Fame induction.
Oh, yes. Didn't mention that either. You had announced there will be an announcement of who will go in the Hall of Fame as well.
Right. There will be an announcement. We will get that all handled. And, yeah, it's going to be a can't miss show, man. You definitely can't miss this. It's going to take us in a new direction going forward that, the Darkside era is going to be in full swing.
Cool. So that person, whoever's announced as the Hall of Famer, will join, what is it, two or three other guys in the Hall of Fame?
Two other people. You got Tyler Sands
and Jordan Oliver. So I thought I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anybody in there.
Absolutely.
All those matches look like they're going to be pretty good matches, in my opinion. Other than the main event, I think the one I'll be mainly looking forward to seeing is that Fatal 4-Way for the New York title, because those four guys, all the matches will tear the house down, but those four guys, I think, can steal the show if given the right amount of time. And, well, we know what they can do in the ring for the most part. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, those are four big names, man. Four big names.
Yes. So definitely be looking out for that, seeing what goes on. Mentioned in one match that we don't know who the opponent will be for the investment, and then seeing who will be announced.
You guys don't know. I know.
Well, yes, you know, but the viewers don't know nothing.
I know.
And seeing who will be announced as a Hall of Fame inductee.
I'll give you a little hint, a little spoiler.
Okay.
You can't guess though. Don't say nothing.
I won't say nothing.
Get your bars of soap ready.
Okay. That'll be interesting.
Do you have any clue, Tony? Don't say it, but do you know?
Bars of soap. Kinda, maybe a little bit. Right. I'll get back to you on it. But
I can't even hear. You're like lagging out on me.
Is it lagging?
Did
you hear me there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like I went over to this different screen. Apparently that made it lag a little. But I might have a little bit of an idea, but I'll get back to you on that. We'll see.
All right.
It'll be interesting to see everything that happens anyway. But
it'll be a big time match.
Okay. And I'm sure the show will be a big time show for that matter as well. We got all titles on the line other than the hardcore title, so.
No, but give that time.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
promise you by the next show, the Hardcore Championship will be back in NUW. It will be on the line. In fact, fuck it. I'll make it right now. At the next show, at Fight for Freedom 2, there will be a match, and we will crown the new Hardcore Champion of NUW. I don't know who's going to be in that. We'll get 4 hardcore guys, 4 crazy motherfuckers, and we'll let them all do battle.
Sounds great to me. Got the guys in there that can do it, so.
That's it.
All right. Well, there's breaking news then. Anyway, because we do on here sometimes.
I'm just coming right here on the spot, right on the Tony Show, right on Tiger Talks NUW.
There you go. The Tiger Talks Wrestling, Tiger Talks NUW, because that's what I've been doing mostly lately anyway. So.
That's right. That's because ones that are still relevant. I don't want to say it like that, but I guess I just did.
Well, honestly, it's the truth, so I don't blame you. I mean, we've seen the end of too many other companies lately, so.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen the emergence of some of these newer companies, but still think that even they got a long way to go before they're making great content. They may have the viewers, but the content, it's all about the content, man.
That's true.
You
know, I watched.
At one point, that's where we were, We were doing the same types of stupid shit, and, you got to climb the ladder slowly and pay attention to production. Production is key.
Sure. And I've been watching a couple newer companies. Well, they're not new because they've got the subscribers, but new to me. And my only fault with them company, or the one company anyways, is that they wrestle on the ground, which is okay, but I'd rather see them either on a trampoline or in a ring personally. But
yeah, I'm sure they'll get a ring eventually, but I mean, as I was just saying, you got to kind of do what works when you're starting,
sure.
So, but yeah, as long as there's people out there keeping stuff alive, then that's what matters. You can't just have companies die and then nobody take their place.
Right. If you do, then that's when all this will be gone again, like we've seen happen before. The past would repeat itself.
Yeah. So. I mean, it's always been around. It's just in waves. Like, that's what it is. It's just different generations of it. So, there was a generation before us, and then when we're gone, there'll be a generation after us. And that's just what it is. It's just how it is.
Sure.
But we ain't going nowhere for a while, so you just pay attention to the NUW show, and we'll be steering the boat. You want to hop on, but if you ain't with us, if you ain't riding with us, then get the fuck off, because we're going to throw you off. Have Alan Reed chokeslam off.
There you go. And somebody needed to caption that one, put it on a shirt. Oh. There's some merch for it.
Right.
All right. Well, any last things to say about it? What?
What time we got right now?
We got 8:54. Almost 8:55.
8:54. We got a new upshot. It's about to be dropping right now, 9 o'clock. It's a special Halloween edition. You got Jim, the Gamer Connors. He's going to be testing that coma, testing the theory of the doctors. Got to make sure, he's good before I go throwing him into a tag team match with the Heretics.
Right.
He will be going up 1-on-1 for Halloween. Special treat against Bone Daddy.
Oh, nice.
Make sure you check it out. Yep. Aside from that, there will be, you'll hear from a bunch of guys: Shadow Graham, Mike Perillo, Clark Williams, that bum ass after he lost to Navon McDonald. I'll say my little part on there. Brandon Costelli, all the guys, all the gang.
Cool. All right.
So check it.
I'll definitely be checking it out. Everybody else should too. Is there anybody in here? Any last thing you want to say about Halloween Hell 3 before we end the show then?
You better fucking watch it. Everybody. Watch it. It's going to be good from start to finish. Good show. Good matches. Good entertainment. We got a costume contest. That's probably going to be good. Check it out, man. Show you how it's done.
Pretty much NUW will just show you why they're the best on YouTube at the moment. My personal opinion, anyway.
Hey, it's mine too, man. I know I'm a little bit biased, but we're putting out consistent weekly content. Where are these other companies? What are they doing, man? Some of these companies can't even get their audio fixed. They don't even know how to edit their shows. You got other companies where, Jesus Christ, what do they do? Fucking 2 shows a year now? What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Put matches out in 360p quality. All bullshit. It's all bullshit and it's bad for you. So play the fucking music and fuck all these other fucking places. NUW, Halloween Hell 3, tune in, and fuck you.
And he's out. Didn't mean to play the music over him, but technology, as per usual, wanting to be a bit of a pain in the neck. And so the next time you'll hear anything from me will either be on here or on a brand new Patreon channel of Tiger Talks Wrestling, where I'll do a NXT TakeOver and Survivor Series prediction show probably together here in about 3 weeks. Other than that, stay with my social media and you'll see everything. And make sure you go to NUW's channel, watch Upshot tonight, and then, as he mentioned, probably on Tuesday, Halloween Hell 3. We'll see you guys in the future.